Welcome back to SnowRunner. You join us today in Northport, Alaska as we continue on from the last episode. Today we're looking at the mission Drilling Supplies. This requires us to take one container and one set of medium pipes to the drilling site, which is kind of the centre of the map, to be fair. So as we're still finding our feet in this brand new map, this was an ideal opportunity to try and test out a new route, I thought, to get to these places like the drilling site. So we're going to start today in the White Western Star 4964, and it's still at the port from where it did its last mission, and there is a pickup from the port of a container, so this seemed ideal, to be fair. It kind of set itself up nicely. Container already here, vehicle already here. We can use this and head straight there and see what we do, and we'll jump in a different vehicle for the medium pipes, I think. So let's have a look at our route. So out of here we want to follow the main road we've used a few times now, across the bridge that we built as well. And then we'll have to take this turn over this slush road. We've done this road a few times, the cut through across, and it has been a nightmare, to be fair, in some different vehicles. And then this is where I'm a bit unsure. So there's a road going up here. It takes us round. Now I think we've been roughly around here when we explored. My concern is this bottom bit. So we go down to the road there, and then we have to cut across the water. Now I don't know how deep that is or how easy it's going to be to navigate, but that's kind of my thinking. To open up this drilling site, we can check out if that route is one we can use, because I'm sure we'll be visiting the drilling site a few times during this map. So it's a good opportunity to see if that is an ideal route, or we get lost and stuck and change our minds and go a different way. But hopefully we'll make it an easy route, and then we can use it going forward. That's kind of the hope. Now we've used the White Western Star a couple of times since we've been on the map, to be fair. Really enjoy the vehicle, really like how it works. The engine is a good one, and it is pretty good on the roads as well. It has got chain tyres on. We were speaking about this in several different episodes now. Chain tyres, we're using them and then taking them off if we find they're no use, once we are back at a garage. To be fair, I try not to go back to the garage if I can avoid it anyway. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I don't like heading back to the garage. I don't mind recovering if we have to, but generally I'll leave a vehicle where the last mission left it, so we can use it again, rather than constantly going back to the garage to then send it back out. I kind of find that a bit annoying, to be fair. So yeah, a lot of these vehicles are generally left where they were or where the mission ended, and then we can use them again. That's how I've been doing it anyway. But yeah, this discussion about chain tyres has been going on a little bit. I think it is a personal preference, personally. I've noticed the Fleetstar struggles more in the mud with chain tyres than it has done previously. But some of the other vehicles seem to do okay. We know the Scout struggled quite a bit as well in the mud. But the chain tyres aren't designed for mud, they're designed for ice. And the only real ice we're going to find, I think, is on the roads themselves. So it's one of those. I know Studio Games have been saying they're not needed. I'm still in two different thought processes of it's better to have them on than not, in case we get caught out on a road. But at the same time, if it's holding us back when it comes to mud and stuff, although the stats themselves don't actually back that up, from what it tells you in game, then we should be taking them off. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Is the honest answer. I think there'll be a don't know all the way through, I think. But getting to know this map a little bit more now, we haven't really gone that far afield with our trucks yet. I know we did exploring in the Scout, but there's still quite a lot. Although we've gone near it in the Scout, we've not really checked out the routes to get to different places. But as we work our way through the missions, I'm pretty sure we'll get there with most of the areas. But I thought this route today was a good one to test out. As I say, it's a nice way. If it does work and the water crossing isn't too deep and it's navigatable, then that's an easy route to the drilling site when we need to get back to and fro from there. Because generally the drilling sites are one of the things we have to keep going back and forwards to, I've noticed. It's one of the main missions for one of the companies to do is build up the drilling site. So that's kind of, we need to know the best route to get there, essentially, don't we? That's the thing. Fuel station though, let's fill up the White Western Star, get some fuel on board. So far so good. I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and especially now we've moved on to Alaska. It is opening up a different way of driving at times, so you've got to be a bit more careful on the roads especially, and the big piles of snow can be hazardous, to say the least. But it's nice to have a change of scenery, and yeah, thoroughly enjoying it so far. But then I know there's so many maps to come that will have their own challenges. It's one of those at the minute. I'm excited about SnowRunner in itself, and I know they're still adding things to the game as well, which is incredible. Still want to get expeditions done at some point. That's something I do want to play, but I don't want to do it at the same time with SnowRunner on the go. That's the only thing. And then also Roadcraft, although I am still thinking of doing that live on release, but I may have to I should really put it to the vote. But I don't want it to lose. That's kind of my thinking. I don't want it to lose the vote, so I don't really want to put it to the vote, if that makes sense. Because I think it's going to be incredible to build the roads to then fix stuff up. It's going to be quite cool. But I know it's not going to be for everyone. It's going to be a bit of a slow burn, I would say. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so this is the right-hand turn. This is now the route we need to take. I've gone past the route we need to take. Thinking about it, yeah. I doubted it as I said it. I'm like, this is the right-hand turn, is it? It's because my blue marker was slightly past it, to be fair. But this is the right-hand turn we need to take. And then that will be the route we're now going to figure out if it's doable or is it not doable. And the White Western Star is our guinea pig for this one. Let's have a look. The actual surface as you turn on doesn't seem too bad. A few trees on the floor. Mud and snow, but fairly... I wouldn't say wet mud. These are more solid mud, although now it's not. It's a bit wetter now. Yeah, that's a lot wetter. Okay, that's a little bit tricky, but we can just keep moving forward. If we have to put it into low range, we will. How deep is this water is the question. Although we can stick to on the side. I'd say stick to the left hand side. Looking at this, it's quite deep, deeper than I was expecting actually. Okay. Yeah, let's try and stick to this left hand side, I think. We may have to start using some of the trees to get through if we're not careful here. That's going down a lot. Wow. Okay, that is a lot deeper than I thought. Left hand side it is then. I have put snorkels on the vehicle so far, when I remember to do so. Just to help engines and stuff, but... Wow. Yeah, that got deep pretty quick. Okay, we've got to be careful of this linear angle as well, though this can tip if we're not careful here. We need to be careful of this angle. Do not want to lose that container in the water. I know we've got the crane on us to pick it back up. I'd like to avoid having to do that if we can though. Oh, hit something solid there. That's probably a branch or tree. But we're nearly out of the water at least. Yeah, nearly there. And didn't have to go to low range either. So actually not too bad. I think good job we stuck to the left hand side. I think it worked nicely. Don't know how good the right hand side would be. That's something we'll have to have a look at, I think, in due course. Junction. I think we're going... Where are we going? Junction. I'm trying to see now. Left or right? I think it's left. Right takes us back to the main road. So we're going left here. Could have put a marker on here, shouldn't I, really? So I knew it was going left. Okay. How is the road surface? This is snowy by the looks of things. With a bit of mud thrown in. I think it is the snow that's kind of catching us out a little bit here. But we'll keep on moving. As long as we've got some sort of momentum, we should be okay. Just can't stop in this kind of situation, otherwise it's unlikely going as easily. Okay, straight across here. Left hand side, there is a mission there. This is one of the timed contest missions. I'm pretty sure we picked that up in the scout. We can check, can't we? Go to tasks. Yeah. So we picked up in the scout when we was looking around the map, so we don't need to pick it up a second time. Right. Let's keep going up. I think this is where the chain tires come in useful when you're going up on like hillsides like this. And you have got the gradient that I think the chain tire is going to help with more than anything else. Okay. Right hand turn here by the looks of things. Remember the White Western Star does have all-wheel drive. So I don't know how some other vehicles without all-wheel drive will do around here, because this is quite deep snow and things. I wonder if maybe we should only use vehicles to the drilling site that have got all-wheel drive. Maybe that's something I have to keep a look on and see if anything else manages these kind of routes. Think of GMC and stuff like that, really. Okay, this is an interesting one. Water over road. Okay, you can just see the road is to our left, I think. It is, isn't it? Yeah, so the water's come down. The road is to the left, and then we have to swing right. Okay, there's a rock in the middle, which doesn't help. And then we're swinging right here. Whoa, that leaned. And then we're going next to the water. That's an interesting route. Wow, okay, that's different. I wasn't expecting that. Right, this is the moment we figure out if this is a viable route. The water. Although it's nowhere near as big as I thought. It looked bigger on the map. This stretch of water looked a lot bigger. And actually it's really simple to get across as well. This was the bit I was worried about. All the whole section, this was it. Actually, it's not that bad. Okay, that's good to know. Until we do these routes for the first time, we just don't know what the right way is. Although, what are we stuck on here? I think it's the rocks, isn't it? I think it's our width to do and the rocks and how they are. Okay. That could be a problem. Trying to get the right turning angle. Come on. It's not getting us through at all, is it? It was going oh so well, wasn't it? As well, that's the thing. Get to the water and, you know, pleasantly surprised by how the water was. But as we go to exit, we've got a problem. Come on. I think we're close to getting past it. I just can't seem to get one part of us. Well, there is one part of us that's stuck and I can't quite see where. But that winch will do it. Perfect. We're up. Up and going. The winch worked in the end. Okay. We've got our low range on. We've got high low range at the minute just to see as we're going up the hill. I assume we go straight. But yeah, high low ranges work pretty well. And these are all a load of buildings. So is this must be the drilling site. I think we've done it. I think we're here. I think we are. Perfect. Okay, let's drop off the container. First half of this mission is then done. Let's get it unloaded. Perfection. Okay, first part of drilling supplies is done. We'll park up the White Western Star and we'll jump into the vehicle we're going to use next. For this next one, we've jumped into the Fleetstar F2070A, our go-to workhorse. Although we are finding it struggling a little bit around Alaska, some of these little areas, it does seem to be struggling more than other vehicles, shall we say. We're currently navigating our way to a warehouse where we can pick up the medium pipes. And there is an upgrade this way as well, which is why we came this way, to be fair. So you can see the main road, probably recognise this bit a little bit here. There's a main road nearby, but the main thing was on the route towards where we're going. This was like a shortcut, so a way to test out a different route, but also a chance to pick up the upgrade as well. And that looks to be quite low down. Okay, we may need to get ready to winch ourselves back, I think, afterwards. So don't want to go too far in if we can avoid it. And then we'll have a look at what the upgrade is. I don't know if it's the first upgrade of Alaska or not, to be fair. But I can't quite remember if we picked any others up. So there we go. That is the upgrade to GB8V2600 TTA engine. And the vehicles we can use it on are none of the ones we currently own. It's always nice when you pick up an engine that you can't use. Yeah, none of the vehicles we currently own, unfortunately, but we do have the upgrade in our bank at least. Now we need to get out of here. We have to winch ourselves backwards, I think, and hope for the best. Come on. That actually wasn't too bad a winch, to be fair. I don't think I've put, other than the automatic winches or the auto winch I've put on the scout vehicles, I don't think I've upgraded any winches on any vehicle that I can think of. Maybe we should. We should maybe spend that money and upgrade some of the winches, maybe. Although that wasn't that bad. If we'd been loaded, I think that would have been a lot worse. I may not have risked it, actually, if we were loaded, thinking about it, to be fair. But whilst we had nothing on the back, that wasn't too bad at all. That's something to think about, isn't it? Whether or not we need to upgrade the winches. Some of them have got like heavy duty winches, some vehicles, which I can, if you're towing vehicles, maybe. I'm not too sure exactly when we'd use a proper heavy duty winch though. On like the Fleetstar and stuff, I can't see it happening on those at all. So that's an interesting one to think about. We haven't got the money. We just haven't spent. We don't spend the money, to be fair. We just obtain upgrades and keep the money in the bank. The company stays profitable. Let's put it that way. So we're just about to hit the main road. This is the road we've used a few times. This will take us. Left turn here will take us to the warehouse. I think that straight ahead there was actually the route we were going to come back and take, which is where the White Western Star went. So we'll just come out opposite that. Or is it that one? It's one of them. I just don't know which one. We'll figure that out on the way back. But the warehouse is where we need to go for these medium pipes. I think this is the first time we're carrying medium pipes as well. It's not something I think we've done previously. I can't think of a time we used them. I don't think we've done them yet in Alaska, and there were no medium pipes in Michigan at all. So yeah, definitely something new to move around. We'll see how it weighs us down and how good the Fleetstar can deal with it. Fleetstar's kind of, although I said it's struggling in Alaska a little bit, and it has been, I still can't say it's not my go-to, because it still is. And we keep getting new vehicles, and I keep thinking, okay, at some point I'm going to not want to use the Fleetstar, I want to use something else. But I can't bring myself to do it. The Fleetstar's it's just too good. We had it from the start. It's one of my first ever vehicles. Yeah, Fleetstar stays. Right, here we are at the warehouse. Let's just turn around, and then we can pick up the medium pipes, and then we can have a look around the map and see how we're going to do this. So, medium pipes on board. There we go. They doesn't seem too bad. They're not that high, so top heavy we don't have to worry about, I don't think, as much. So from here, if we come out of here, back down the road we just came down, and then it's a left-hand turn there. I think, yeah, that seems to be right. Go past the house with the contest there as well. And then, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Fleetstar deals with the water. I think it should be okay, to be fair. Yeah, it was a fairly simple journey for the White Western Star, so I can't see the Fleetstar doing too badly, hopefully. Although the White Western is more powerful. I don't know if that plays a massive role. Time will tell, I suppose. But that's where we're heading. Drilling site straight there. And we can drop off the second part of this mission. I think it's quite nice if I do this in tandem. You know, change vehicle for something else. As you guys know, that's generally what I do anyway. Try and change vehicle as much as we can. So we're off. So we have to backtrack a little bit here. I know it's a road we've always driven, but it's the only right way of getting this and going the same route with two different vehicles. And as I say, we are testing out this route to see if it's a viable route for the future as well. And that's one of the reasons I want to use a Fleetstar, because we know it's struggling a little bit. So I'm curious to see how it deal with that kind of road system. The bigger vehicles, more powerful vehicles, probably find it easy. But even the Fleetstar now is struggling up the hill, which is weird because we've never had an issue with the Fleetstar, and it's kind of disappointing that maybe we've kind of run it too far until we get some more upgrades where it may be. I need to have a look probably what engines and stuff we've got in it and what we can change it to. There might be a better engine for us. That's a good point. There are some engines, and I know we've picked one up today from the upgrade as well. Left hand turn here, and this is the route the White Western Star took. I'm going off on a tangent. Engines. So we always get different versions. I've seen, you know, we've upgraded some engines ourselves. They're more powerful or they're more fuel hungry. But a lot of the ones that are fuel hungry are more powerful. Do you risk power for fuel? You know, do you say, well, I know it's more fuel hungry, but the power would make so much difference. We'll change the engine now, because we've got some powerful engines we aren't using in vehicles, only because it makes them really fuel hungry, and my concern is run out of fuel. But I wonder if it's, you know, negligible. I don't know if I can say the word. And it doesn't really matter so much. Maybe we should be using the best, more powerful engine. Right, we've got to get to the left hand side here. I know I went off on a tangent. The right hand side we're getting a bit stuck in, so let's head to the left and see if we can do the same bit as the White Western Star did. We're still moving, we've still got some momentum at least, but this is tricky. I definitely feel this is harder for the Fleetstar than it was for the White Western, to be fair. The White Western struggled in parts of this little bit, but it got through quite simply. Fleetstar, on the other hand, struggling quite a bit there. Oh, that's a bit of a tip. Got to be so careful. Considering the pipes aren't that high, the container you would have thought was more top heavy. And I think it was. But I think it's the fact that it's just one of those angles we've got it on at the minute, where this could all come undone very quickly. Right. We need to go forward, really, ideally. In things like this where we get stuck, I tend to, you know, move the controls left to right, and see if we can get a kind of movement that way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Come on. Yeah, just got to repack. I don't know if you noticed there, the pipes nearly came out, and because of that, we automatically unpacked them. But because they didn't go anywhere, we just pack them back up and we're good to go again. Come on, right at the end of this. Let's get out of here. So close. Right, we're good. I think we're good. Nearly. Still very muddy though as well, so this will still be a test for the Fleetstar. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments to the engine question. You know, would you sacrifice fuel economy essentially for power? You know, should we be putting in that because I don't know if the engines are listed in order of power, or how they're listed. Because obviously some are greyed out until you find them, and some give you a clue to where you get them from, that kind of thing. But I don't know if the order to them is in power. Oh, we got a gain. That wasn't good. Took the corner a little bit too quick, I think, there. Okay, we have got the crane on, so we can get these pipes back on board. We put the cranes on when we put the side beds on, just because I prefer to have a crane on standby in case something like this does happen. So it's not the end of the world. We can load ourselves again. I'm not the most fluent with the crane, I must admit. But it was inevitable at some point we'd fall out. It was going to fall out. It's a shame it's the White Western Star, to be fair. Sorry, shame it's a Fleetstar, not the White Western Star. That makes sense. Right, let's get these back in. This is why I like the cranes on the back of the vehicles, though. It does make a massive difference when you do things like this. We already had to pack it back up once in the water area. We got lucky there, really, to be fair. Okay, is that going to be enough? I think also when you're doing the cranes, it's difficult to see a lot of the time, especially at night time. I don't think that helps. Right, that's all packed back up. The medium pipes are back on board the Fleetstar. We can carry on this journey. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about engines. What order are they in? Can you see a pattern, and is there an order? And you know, if you've got the first engine in a vehicle, but you've found the upgrade and it's the fourth engine on the list, do you automatically swap to it and then never go back to the previous ones when you find them? Or is it just personal preference? You know, curious. It's something I'm thinking about, because I've changed engines a few times on some vehicles and thought that engine's made the vehicle worse. So then I swapped it back. Although it was a more powerful engine, but it felt like it made it worse. It's one of those. So yeah, let me know what you think. I think it's an interesting one that you know, I don't go on the forums, or I don't look on, you know, Reddit and stuff. I don't want to read too much. I want to figure things out, other than you guys' comments. So there probably is a list, and it probably is one out there that says this engine's the best for this vehicle, this engine's the best for this other vehicle. But I don't really want to go by a list. But I'm curious to the order, and is that the order? It's like an upgrade, isn't it? If you've got four upgrades, the top one being the weakest upgrade and the fourth one being the best, is that the same as for the engines? Or does it change the driving style? Because some of the engines, more powerful ones, like off-road ones, it says, you've got extra low-range gears, which is brilliant if you use low range a lot. But we do use it a little bit, but not massively. It comes in handy more when you're stuck on hills, I find. Right, over the water, that's gone over the road itself. Right hand turn, just got to watch out for the rock on the right hand side here. Make sure we get the angle right, which we didn't. We need to swing round it, really. There we go. Yeah, no, we're good. And then we can drive down, and then we're going to hit the water area. This is where we got to start coming out of the water in the White Western Star. So this is where we need to be a little bit careful coming out and see if we can get that angle right. And then we're laughing all the way to the bank. But yeah, definitely this is a route we can take quite a lot. Some of the wider vehicles we may struggle to get out of this water section because of these rocks. So that's something we ought to try and think about as well. Wider vehicles with big trailers on the back may struggle to get through this bit here. I'm sure there's another way in from the main road though, where it's roughly the top of the map I would have said. I think that's another way in that way. Fleetstar though making quick work of the rocks there compared to the White Western Star. Getting through nicely. Up the hill. Definitely doing better than Fleetstar now, to be fair. It seems to be at least. And then we are nearly at the drilling site. And that'll be job done. Because of how long this mission's taken, we're not going to be able to fit a second mission in. I do have something else nearby I want to do though before we finish. But let's get the Fleetstar to get the pipes delivered first, and then we'll talk about one last thing to finish off the episode. There's not enough time to get another mission in, unfortunately. I'm trying to keep these episodes around half an hour maximum, where possible. It's not always possible, but we do try. Okay, let's get these pipes delivered and get drilling supplies complete. Here we are. And that is the medium pipes. We've been promoted as well to rank 21. It says a new drilling site has been built. Nice. It's always good. Sometimes you have the animation being built or being deconstructed, but no animation this time. Just the fact we built a drilling site. Okay. So there is something I want to do before we finish the episode. Nearby is something else to pick up, to be fair. We're going to swap out to the White Western Star. And there is an upgrade nearby. And I want us to go and get it while we're here. It makes sense. I know there's a truck there as well. I think getting to the truck will be a lot harder than the upgrade. Thinking about time of the episode as well. Upgrade it is, I think. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do next episode. In terms of, do we try and get that vehicle? I think it's wanted to take back somewhere. It's a Hummer. I don't think we're going to keep it. So, if we've got to keep it, it'd be a priority, I think. In fact, there is one we do need to go back for, we found previously, to be fair. Enough of that, let's just do what we're doing here. So, upgrade just ahead of us. Again, I didn't think this would be too problematic, and actually it's proving not to be. We follow the pipeline across here. There we go, upgrade accomplished. We have found a Westline V16 M2 300, and we can use it. One vehicle out of the list we have is the Western Star 6900 twin steer. I think that's the one we have. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, that's an engine we can use ourselves. But I'm not too sure how to get to that there. Might be a scout vehicle mission, to be fair. You can just make out there is a road coming into the top of the drilling site that is usable. I wonder if that... might have to use it next time to see how that is compared to the off-road version of the road that we've used today. Let's see what difference is. Chain tires may be useful because it's road, isn't it, essentially? But we shall see. Let's not get this stuck in the water, though, if we can avoid it. Come on, White Western. Doesn't sound good today. Get out nice and simply. And we're there. Just about. Come on. Yeah, we're sorted. We're all good. Okay, and that is it for today. We've completed the mission, drilling supplies. We've also checked out a new route with the White Western Star and the Fleetstar. We've discussed engines. We've picked up 2 upgrades, which are both engines as well. One, we have no trucks that use it, and one, we have the Western Star 6900 twin steer. Potentially can use the upgrade as well. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, a like does really help. We'll see you next time for more SnowRunner.